Hey, friends. So today I am speaking to the star of Henry Danger, Sean Fox. Thank you very much for your time today.
Yeah.
In the movie today, you play Jasper Dunlap, but you also play Captain Stache, which we'll
Mhm.
talk about that in a while because that's a great looking stash you have there. Um, but it's been 5 years since you played this role. So when you got the call that the movie was going to happen, and when you got the script, like what was the first thing that ran through your mind? And especially because, in my opinion, I feel this is more of Jasper's movie because it's about. Well, we'll get into why I think of that. But what did you think about when you got the script for the first time?
I mean, so I didn't actually get the script until basically we're kind of really set and done to like that what the movie we shot was gonna be the movie that we shot. But it was always kind of in talks about doing something. I mean, even at the end of Henry Danger, it was like, well, maybe we do a spin-off series, maybe we do this. I mean, we talked about dystopia a lot because when we got to that set on the end of Henry Danger, we fell in love with it. I mean, it was such a small set, but we were like, this is so cool. I would love to do something like this. So we talked about the idea of wanting to do something for a while, but the actual conversation about like, hey, I think we're actually going to do something. I don't think happened until about 2023. I think it was. I think again everything was just kind of like in the air of like we could do something, maybe, maybe not. But that was when it was like sat down with the writers, got a phone call, and was like, we'd love to do this. And yeah, they pitched me the whole, multiverse idea, the variant stuff, and I thought that was super cool, very fun. They pitched me Captain Stash at the time, which I didn't know how physically grueling it would be, but everything else sounded amazing and sounded like loads of fun to do. And I even think they told me at the time they're like, "We want to get you flying," stuff like that, and I'm like, "Oh, that sure, we'll, we'll do it." And I mean, yeah, I think I got the. I can't remember when exactly I got the script, but I mean, when I read it, I was like, "Yeah, sounds like so much fun. It's super amazing, and like it kind of explores a lot of us, the OGs, and also brings in some new stuff for some new fans. And I thought it was really well put together, and I thought we would have loads of fun doing it. So, I mean, yeah, I think that was about 2023, and yeah, I did fell in love with it. I kind of was already on board when they called me about it, and they're like, "Yeah, we want to make you essentially a different. We want to make you Captain Man." I was like, "Captain, I'm in. I'm cool. Let's do it."
Yeah, yeah, no, the whole Captain Stash part, I thought that was amazing. It was kind of a fun look for you,
Hmm.
for doing that. Speaking of fans, though, earlier today I was working with a couple first graders, and then like the Henry Danger came up the series, and I was like, "Oh, I'm talking to someone from Henry Danger the movie today," and they're like, "What?" And they got all excited about it. Um, but speaking of the stunts part, there is a lot of like grueling stunts that you had to do in this movie. So my question is kind of like a fun question: what was harder for you, doing the stunts or doing the stunts and making sure that that stash didn't fall off?
Well, the stash was pretty glued on there, I can tell you that. That stash was the bane of my existence. But no, the stash, luckily enough, was actually not even the hard part. The hard part was in that outfit. Like I'm in like massive heels. I've got a leather jacket on with the cape. So there was definitely some caution there of like trying to make sure that I didn't like sprain an ankle, doing some of that. And we had a fantastic stunt team as well, and some awesome stunt doubles for some of the more dangerous stuff that they don't want us getting hurt on. So, but yeah, I mean, the boots were definitely a bit killer, and the jacket was a little restricted, but we worked around it, and we kind of made like a nice flow with it, and kind of built it into, I guess, kind of the aura, the presence of Captain Stash, which I think worked really well. And yeah, luckily the mustache wasn't. I mean, it was over time. It started to kind of get loose, but luckily enough, it wasn't like a oh this just keeps falling off kind of thing. It was more of like a well let's just repaste it. We're good for another 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. But yeah, no, it was more the outfit than anything.
Nice, nice. Earlier, how I said I felt like this was more the Jasper story than Henry's story, because the one of the overall themes that I found out or that I saw in the movie was like the feeling of not being appreciated or always being the
Yeah.
second fiddle to somebody. So I kind of related to that being like the youngest brother in my family.
Yeah.
So like for kids that are watching this, like what would you say to them, like if they feel like that and they connect like that to Jasper and then what he's going through?
Um, I mean, look, if there's someone who is truly your friend, because I always kind of live by that golden rule of like do unto others as you want done to yourself. And I mean, sometimes it's just a misunderstanding. Sometimes you can sit down and have a conversation with your friend if they really are someone who is that true to you. And I mean, as unfortunate as it is, sometimes you kind of have to understand your own self-worth. And I know that's kind of difficult. Like I'm oh gosh, I have to think about how old I am. I'm 23, so it's a little bit easier for me to kind of just do my own thing. But I know when I was younger, that's not so simple. You've got so much stuff going on in your brain, and you're still growing, and you're still trying to figure out who you are as a person. So it's definitely very difficult to kind of take that stance because everybody wants to, have their friends, and everyone wants to be popular. So it's not so easy to just kind of walk away and be like, you know what, this person isn't treating me well. I think I'm going to back off a little bit. So it can be a little bit difficult. But I mean, if they really are your friend, and it's someone that you're very close with, it's you can always just have a conversation. Conversation is very simple, and I can't guarantee that it'll go well. Like I said, sometimes that person they might have something going on in their own life where it's kind of complicating their relationships currently, or they might just not be a fantastic person, and that's unfortunate. So again, that conversation may not go well. But sometimes it is good to just kind of take a step back and maybe explore other avenues, meet new people. Again, I know that's very simply said from a 20-year-old compared to whether you're 12, even 16. Because again, it's so difficult when you're young because you've just got so much going on, and your social life is a huge part of your life when you're that young. So again, easier said than done, but that would kind of be like the basics of it. Again, if anything, a conversation is the easiest way to try and solve that, and then just go from there.
No, I love it. I love that answer because I mean, exactly like you said. I mean, for us now that we're of a certain age, we can see things in hindsight. But for them, at least hearing it too from someone like you, they'll be like, okay, let me try to see what we
Yeah,
can do. Because as the movie progresses, you see Henry realizes how much of I guess a jerk he's been to
yeah.
Jasper, and then so that's the great thing. You did kind of talk about multiverses, and I do know that you are like a big Marvel fan. So if Jasper could team up with anyone to help him fight crime in dystopia, which character would you choose to be it?
Oh gosh. I mean, I guess just more because I think it'd be loads of fun. I mean, I could pick like a DC or a Marvel hero, but I would love because I don't think I've ever actually done it. And this is more on theme with Henry Danger. I would love to team up with Cooper. I'd love to team up with Captain Man. I think that would be a real fun, and especially even if it was someone like Captain Stash, because like I said, Captain Stash kind of has that same aura of kind of that Captain Man, that little bit of overconfidence, like always kind of knows the situation when maybe they really don't know the situation. So I mean, that would be super super fun to do because again, I've never really gotten the opportunity to work with just Cooper like that, where we're doing the superhero stuff. He's always either been with Kid Danger with Jace, or he's doing his own thing, and Jasper's off doing some stuff in the man cave. So that would be super super fun. I mean, if I had to pick like I guess one like actual like mainstream hero. I think a combo with Thor would be kind of interesting because again, it's that same kind of Captain Man aura of like I'm the big macho man here, and I know what's going on when I really don't.
Yeah, yeah, I think they'll be like one upping each other throughout the event. But Sean, thank you very much for your time. Friends, Henry Danger the movie is out now. You could buy it on wherever you buy streaming services or digital videos. Do people still use the word video? um, but thank you very much for your time again, Sean, and you
Mhm.
have a great day.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you. You as well.